All right. Round two. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's get started. So, first thing in the morning, right? It's really early for some of us. Let's start with that shoulder width apart stance. So, take a look down at your feet. We're really trying to retrain our bodies through Tai Chi. So, I want you to bring this beginning stance throughout your entire day. This is kind of our goal, is to have Tai Chi seep into our entire day. So feet are straight, shoulders width, knees are nice and soft. Waist is relaxed down, shoulders hang down. Remember, little piece of fruit, right? So we're not like collapsed, but we're not like, it's like a nice gentle opening. Let's just start with our neck. So maybe you just want to chin to chest and lift back up. Or maybe you want to start circling. Just take a moment and open up your neck, 70%. So maybe you tilt from side to side. Maybe you want to do full circles, lifting that chin up and around. But we're just letting our shoulders hang nice and low so that we can take a stretch from the base of our skull down the neck. Maybe there's a portion of your neck that you need to hold and stretch a little bit more. And then we'll take the chin to the chest and lift gently back up. Shoulders are next, right? So this is a big believer of anything that feels good here, okay? So maybe it's alternating. Maybe it's both shoulders together. Maybe it's large arm movements, like big giant circles. Okay, squeezing those shoulder blades together every time we go back, no matter how we do it. Okay, we want to get this joint rotating and moving. Get the energy flowing. So maybe you kind of move slower and squeeze a little bit more. And then we'll go the other direction. So again, whatever that means for your body. Okay, Tai Chi and yoga are very personal practices in a way that it's all internal, okay? We're moving that energy around, and that's what we're doing now, is getting it going, okay? So maybe you want to reach up for a second more. It feels good to stretch through the side body, down their sides. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, then we'll shake them out. We'll let them find center, okay? We just always want to bring them back to their natural position. And their natural position is going to change, right? The better our alignment is, that natural position is gradually going to change. Okay, swinging from our center. Remember, center leads movements, arms follow. So the faster you spin from your center, the faster your arms will move and the harder the palm will strike the lower back. So we can stay low. We could bring those arms up higher to the front of the chest. We could take them all the way up and around. And then slowly back down. But we want to learn swinging. So that free movement, that connection from our waist out to our fingers is very important to carry through our entire practice. All right, let's slowly ease off. Back to center. All right, do we feel like we're a little warmed up now? All right, let's go right into Tai Chi walking today, okay? I want to just move back. I think everyone knows what our bow stance is, right? So we have a nice solid bow stance. We're gonna just transition. We're gonna use our legs. Today's mission, as we walk, I want you to think that once you sink down and step out, I want you to really think about your legs, using your legs to stay on this plane, okay? So once you choose your height, you're never gonna go up and down, okay? No matter the length of your stance today, we're going to stay at this height and move at this height, okay? You ready? Now, no one's been practicing long enough that your legs shouldn't shake, because even mine shake. Okay? When you are pushing yourself and your alignment with your knees is correct, and you are moving at one level, your legs might have a slight wobble, or probably should have a slight wobble. This is a good thing. That's your mission for today. All right? Let's step back in our spaces, giving yourself enough room to move forward towards your screen. Remember, I'm going to mirror you during this portion, okay? So we're starting in prepare. We're gonna lift our arms up into that hug a tree position. So our chest is sinking in, our back's rounded. I'm gonna step close for 1 second. Remember, keep space between your hands. Elbows point down, okay? So even though the arms are up, we still want it to feel a little bit light and airy in our upper body, okay? Shift to your left. Turn and open your right foot. Now sink down. Your left heel lifts here. This is your height. Now step straight out. Heel, ball of foot, toes, bend your knee. Shift and turn forward. Shift back. Remember, stay level. Turn. Whole body. Pour that weight in. No standing up. Step out. Heel, ball of foot, toes, turning the torso to straight. So we shift back, torso straight. We turn, pour that weight back in. Move forward. Remember, foot comes to center and then steps wide enough. Shift and turn. Okay, release the arms. Look at your footwork. How'd you do? Are we on 2 lines? So if you turned your right foot to straight, you would very clearly have 2 lines between your feet. Did we do good? All right. That's a big thing. We're getting stronger. Okay, shift back. Let's do the other side. We're going to run this a couple of times and work our legs a little bit, okay? You can keep your arms down, or we can work on that body shape. Remembering with this body shape, we want to feel light and airy, so don't hold tension in the upper body, okay? We want to try to relax. Shift right. Turn and open your left toes. Sink down. Knee is in line with the toe direction. Step out. Heel, ball of foot, toes. Bend your right knee. Now move your weight forward. Shift enough weight back that you can turn and move. Pour that weight in. Foot comes to center. Steps out. Heel, ball of foot, toes. Turning the torso to straight. Weight moves forward. Shift back. Turn. Pour that weight in. Step out. Heel, ball of foot, toes. Move forward. Wow. Is it feeling better? It's looking smoother, okay? Everyone is moving continuously. There's no jerky movements. It's beautiful. Let's do it again. One more time on each side. All right. Starting and prepare. Then we bring our upper body shape. Check in with the elbows and shoulders sinking down. Chest sinking in, back rounded. Space between your fingertips. Shift left. Open up your right toes. Sink down. Remember your mission. Don't stand up. Just step out. Heel, ball of foot, toes. Bend the knee. Shift and turn and move forward. Move back. Open up the foot and turn the torso. Pour that weight in. Don't stand up. Step out. Heel, ball of foot, toes. Bend the knee. Shift and turn. One more. Shift back. Turn. Pour that weight in. To center. Step out. Bow stance. Nice. Remember, a little bit more space between the fingers, okay? When we're here, a little bit too much rounding, let the shoulders kind of stay in their sockets a little bit. Okay, so like a fist distance, you can imagine about a fist between your hands. That'll give you just about the right space. Okay, all right, ready to do the other side? All right, stepping back, always starting and prepare, checking in, arms up, upper body shape, nice and relaxed. Shift right. Open up your left toes and turn your torso. Sink down and step out. Heel, ball, foot, toes, bend your knee. Shift and turn forward. Move back and turn. Pour that weight in. Step out. Heel, ball, foot, toes, bend the knee. Push as you move forward. Last one. Shift back. Turn. Pour that weight in. Step out and move forward. Okay, drop the arms, check the footwork. How'd we do? 45 degrees with the back foot. Front foot straight. How's your knee? Is it over your ankle? And we're leaning slightly? All right. Any questions on our bow stance? Do you want to do more? Everyone just move back like you were ready for more. Yeah. Okay. I love it. This is how you help design the class. That was great. Like, I would say 70% of who has their cameras on just move back real quick. That was great. All right, let's do it again. Both sides, okay? Shoulders width apart, arms up. Beautiful. Okay, shifting to your left. Open up your right toes, 45 degrees. Sink down. Remember, you're choosing the height right now. Step out. Heel, ball, foot, toes. Shift and turn. Move back enough weight that you can open up those left toes. Remember, both feet are to corner for a second. We pour that weight in. Don't stand up. Step out. Move forward. Weight into the right leg. All right, shift back and turn. Check in with the upper body. Is it light? Are your legs feeling heavy? Shift and turn. Okay, everyone relax the arms just a little bit more. Okay, now just give them a little bit of life. That's what we're going for, okay? It's easy to kind of feel tense here. We want to relax it and then just like energize it a little tiny bit. All right, let's move back. Let's do the other side. All right, parallel stance. Remember, arms are up. Let's relax them and then just energize just a little bit. All right, shift right. Open up your left toes. Sink down. Remember, you're choosing your height right now. Step out. 2 lines. Move your weight forward. Turn your torso to straight. Shift back. Stay level. Shifting. Pour that weight in. Don't stand up. Just shift forward and step and turn. Okay, last one. Shift back. Turn. Pour that weight in. Step out. Move forward. Okay, I want to test. Can you shift back? And can you pick up? If that was difficult, remember we want to step a little bit smaller. Okay. Your legs are burning. Fold. I see the back. Okay, everyone do a forward fold for a second. We're going to release our backs for a moment, okay? That's a lot. If we're not tucking our waist, this is going to be difficult, okay? So let's lift our arms up a little bit and then fold forward from your hips. And then relax your head, neck, and shoulders down. Bend into your knees so that your torso comes closer to your legs. Let your head, neck, and shoulders hang. Your arms are loose. You can kind of shift your arms from side to side, wrapping the hands around the elbows. Let that lower back hang out. Take 2 more breaths here. Really try to lengthen your lower back. That's why we have our knees bent. And then on an inhale, slowly come up. Feel a little bit better? Yeah.
Since we're walking, it's just a suggestion, subject to the group. What about we go backwards, walk backwards?
You want to do it? This is great. I
It's
love
up
it.
to everybody.
This is a good balance exercise, okay? This is something we haven't been working on a lot, okay? Backwards walking. When we do backwards walking, we're actually not going to be on 2 lines, okay? We're going to move backwards on 1 line. So we've learned what an empty stance is, right? So let's talk about what an empty stance is first compared to a bow stance, and then we can do backwards. I love suggestions, okay? This is a great one, all right? So when we're in a bow stance, everyone shift to your right, open up your left toes and sink down. When you sink down, I want you to think about tucking your waist. You have to use your core here, okay? To sink down and step out, a bow stance. Heel, ball of foot, toes, move forward. Here's the difference to an empty stance. Bow stance is 2 lines. We've learned empty stance on 1 leg. Shift back, pick up your foot, and step on 1 line, okay? So you see the black lines on my floor in between the floorboards? So if you have floorboards, take your heel of your left foot and put it on one side of that line between where the floorboards connect, and then take your right foot and put it on the other side. So in this stance, it's 70% in our back leg and 30% in our front. Remembering when we're in these stances, take your waist or your lower back, tuck it down. We want to tuck the hips. We have to use our core to help do this, okay? We want to protect our lower back. Remember, our knee is in line with our toe direction, and your whole heel is going to be touching on the ground. We also have a variation where we touch with the ball of our foot, and our knee bends more. For this purpose, stepping back, we're going to imagine our whole heel. What you'll notice is my foot looks like it's touching the ground. It's not, okay? I can pick up my toes a little bit. The front of my foot is not touching, but it's not the edge of my shoe, okay? The whole foot is connected. Let's do the other side, okay? You're gonna feel the burn in an empty stance more than you feel in a bow stance because 70% is in your back leg. All right, shift left. Open up your right toes. Sink. Remember, waist relaxed. Lower back is lengthening. Now pick up, step, so you're on 1 line. Okay? So again, if I'm on the floorboards, 1 line between the feet. So we're not crossed. We have 1 line. All right. Any questions on an empty stance? Welcome. Okay, so here is the difference. When we're moving forward, in this instance of Tai Chi walking, we're going bow stance to bow stance, which means we're on 2 lines, right? Moving back, we're going to shift back. And when we pick up, we're going to touch with our toes. We're not reaching. We're going to touch with our toe and then our whole foot. And then see how we're both cornered, just like moving forward. We shift our weight back and we turn on our front heel. And we end up with 1 line. So we pour all that weight back, touch with the toes, whole foot, shift back and turn your front foot to straight. So instead of moving forward in 2 lines, we're moving back in 1 line. Does that make sense? Okay, let me show you from the side direction so that you can see how that looks with the reaching. with the stepping back. We're not reaching. Let me change the terms there, okay? So if we start, say we start in a bow stance, okay? We shift back, pick up, touch with a toe, ball heel, shift and turn. So torso's turned, shift back, we're straight, and then we turn. This is a big difference from moving forward, going straight, to moving back and turning. Okay, how do we feel? Ready to try it? All right, remember, engage your core, okay? Tuck the lower back down. We always want to think tucking. We want to find the length in our lower back. We're not over tucking, but we want to lengthen it, okay? All right, let's start with a bow stance, going back, and then we'll incorporate both together, okay? So let's start, sink into your right leg, it's usually easier. Step out, heel, ball, foot, toes, bow stance. Arms up, torso is straight. We're gonna shift our weight back, our torso stays straight. Pick up your foot, bring it in, now touch, toe, ball, heel. Our torso straight, beautiful. Shift your weight back, rotate on your right heel. So now look down, okay? Little cross. Have your foot to the corner, front foot straight, one line between your feet. Torso is turned to center, or to corner. We're not square, turn to corner. Okay, shift back so you can pick up. Toes touch, ball, heel. Shift and turn to the right corner. Now look, right foot corner, left foot straight. Shift back. Toe, ball, heel. Shift and turn. Here's where we can switch. We have one line between our feet. Pick up that foot and step wider. So your right foot. Now, whole foot. Shift and turn, bow stance. Shift back and turn. Move that weight forward. Step out. Heel, ball, toe. Bend the knee, bow stance. Shift back and turn. Pour that weight in. Step out. Bow stance. Now, how do we shift back, right? Shift back. Pick up. Touch. Toes, whole foot. Shift and turn. Empty stance. We can shift back. Ready? Bow stance. Pick up. Step wider. Shift and turn forward. Moving into bow stance. Shift back and turn. Pour that weight in. Step out. Bow stance. Ready? We're going to move forward into an empty stance. Shift back and turn. Pour that weight in. Touch with your whole heel. 30%. How are we doing? I know it's a challenge, right? Is anyone else sweating? Because I am. Yes. Okay, that means the energy is flowing. Thank you for joining. Okay, so that's a good thing. Okay, take a glass of water, get a drink, take a moment. We are making the legs burn, okay? This is the change happening. When you're sweating doing Tai Chi, that's incredible, right? Like, who thought coming into a Tai Chi class that you would be sweating? I sure didn't when I first started. All right. Do we have any questions on an empty stance or a bow stance? Any comments? Do you want to do some more or want to do some arms? Some wave hands like clouds. Wave arms, I got you. All right. Yeah.
I have a question. So when you take a step, is your leg straight or or bench? Because you say take a step and then sink down. It sounds like your leg is straight, but it's hard to see if it is or not.
It is hard to see because the angle we're going, okay? So let me go this direction for a moment, okay? So when I'm saying take a step, okay, so if I shift and I sink down, I'm into my right leg, okay? I say heel, ball of foot, toes, bend the knee. Because our leg is going to be slightly bent here. So if our leg is locked when we're going into a bow stance, there's no weight on this foot. So that's like dead straight, right? So it's a slight bend in your knee, enough that you can feel the weight and the pressure on your front foot. So it's kind of like how a cat walks, how they like test the ground and then they'll pour all the weight in. So it's like you're testing the ground. You're like, okay, it's solid. You got a little bit of weight in it, and then you pour it forward, okay? And it's the same thing with an empty stance. With our heel, that's what we're talking about today. When we turn and we step out, the leg is not going to be locked. It's going to still have a slight bend so that the whole heel can touch on the ground and you have that weight and pressure on the heel. So if you're locked, there's not going to be enough weight in that leg. You want to have a tiny, tiny bit of bend here. We're not bent like when we do it with our toes, but we're not locked ever. Does that help? Okay, good question, because it's very difficult to see through the camera, but that's really important. So the main thing to get out of this is we're never going to lock out our legs, but what we want to focus on is our connection. So once we step out, it's like you're testing the ground and then it's solid and you connect. Now it's not going to be bend the knee and you're like already pouring a lot of the weight in. It's just enough that you're rooted, is what we say. That both feet are connected and solid in the ground. You still have most of the weight in the back leg, and then you move forward. So there's still like that point of most of the weight's here, but we're connected, and then we move forward. I love it. That is such a great question. All right, any other questions? All right, let's get into wave hands like clouds. All right. We feeling good about wave hands like clouds? Have you been able to practice? Has anyone been feeling the flow on their own? Ooh, I got one nod. You know what that means? That means this week, your practice is wave hands like clouds. I feel like I've seen so much progress that you might be doing Tai Chi walking. I don't know. I'm not your homes every day, only 3 days a week, right? All right, let's do wave hands like clouds, okay? So remember through this movement, it's whole arm rotations, okay? So let's talk about our hand shape real quick because I saw some funny looking fingers earlier. Okay, remember with our hands, we want that slight gap. So no matter the direction it is, it's like a nice small gap between our fingers. And it's like a slight energized palm. We're never going to be really limp. We're never going to be like overly stretched. We just want enough. It's like true Tai Chi fashion, okay? It's just like our legs. It's straight but not straight, bent but not bent. It's the same thing in Tai Chi that eventually you'll find this centered, okay? So remembering that our circling is coming from our shoulders and our elbows, we want to find the lightness in our arms today, okay? We were holding our arms up a lot earlier. I want you to now let go a little bit, and I want you to feel the lightness because I want you to feel the energy flow. So it's the slight difference of being like very limp and soft versus like energizing it a little bit. Can you see that difference over the camera? It's like hard to imagine, but I want you to feel just that little bit of difference of being like really soft and then just extend out just a little bit, okay? So everyone's circles look really good, okay? Let's just get right into wave hands like clouds. So left palm out to the side. Remember, whenever it reaches the side position, the palm is sitting up. That means our other arm is going to be in a ward off position. So if I turn to face the camera, what do you notice? Space between our body. This is what I want you to see, okay? So we're not going to be close in ever. We want to have space. Remember, it's a martial art meaning. Punch is coming in. You're connecting out in front. All right. Rotating. This is our center spot. And then we keep turning to the side. So we rotate from our center and turn. So think here. I want everyone to think connecting here. Someone's arm is literally right here, and you're going to turn and grab. This is the meaning. So connect. They're staying connected. You're imagining someone's here. Turn and grab. There we go. Now we got a nice, beautiful circle going, okay? This is important. This shows us the meaning, connect, turn, and grab. We're showing whole arm rotation. So what you'll notice is you're seeing my torso go from corner to corner. Yes. Remember here, don't let our armpits close, okay? Keep them open, even when the arms are at the bottom. Think kind of Wild West, all right? Beautiful. Shifting and turning side to side. Feeling that flow. So we're turning, we're connecting. There it is. Okay. So remember here, not too high. Don't cross our eye line. The reason, martial arts meaning if we're coming up, we're blocking our sight. We're thinking not crossing our eye line, and we're turning and twisting. Nice. Yes, keep going. Wow. Yes, 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 yes. I think all of you could practice on your own. I really, truly believe this. Yeah, here you are. I have completely stopped moving, and every one of you is still completing wave hands like clouds. That is so good. Okay. Let's talk about how our footwork would interact with our arms. We did this a little bit on Tuesday. So if you were there on Tuesday, you were working on that with us. With this movement, I'm going to show you one time, and then I'm going to turn the other direction after we talk about the footwork. We're going from stepping double wide to shoulder width. And when we're in the center of our stance, our arms are in the center. Then we shift and turn to the side and step out. We're in the center, and then we turn to the side and step in. Center, turn to the side and step in. Center, side, step in. So let's talk about the footwork, okay? We are literally, I'm going to mirror you for a second. So move to your right. Okay. We're in our parallel stance. Think down. You're going to shift to your right, and you're going to step out double wide. Whole foot touches. Now, you want both feet to be parallel, so check. We want them to be straight, and we're just going to move across. So shift left and step parallel stance. Shift right, step double wide. Shift, step in. Now, what's the key? What have we been talking about today? No up and down. Stay at this level. Shift, step in. Shift, step out. And last one, step in. Not too bad, right? That's like super easy in terms of footwork, okay? Let's do it again. The hard thing is staying level and stepping parallel, okay? So shoulders width apart, right? We always start kind of in prepare, we sink down. Shift right, step double wide. Look, is it straight? Shift and step in. The trick that you can do in the beginning, instead of touching with your whole foot, is touch with the edge of your shoe. That'll kind of help you step your whole foot straight, touch the whole foot down, and then shift and step in. It's easier to step in parallel and straight than it is to step out. So edge of the foot, whole foot, shift, step in. Or just touch with the whole foot and then shift and step in. Now look, how'd you do? Are they straight? All right, feel confident in the footwork? That's like the easiest footwork you've ever learned, right? Okay, so I'm gonna turn so we all move the same direction, or else I'm not gonna be able to talk you through it, okay? So we're gonna start with our right palm sitting up. Our left arm is gonna be in that ward-off position. So remembering, we're gonna circle, okay? So we're starting here, beautiful. Now, we're gonna start with our weight in our right leg in our parallel stance, and we're gonna step out, double wide. Shift to center, arms in center. Turning from your waist, weight moves to the left. Step in. Shift center. Turning from your waist to the side, step. Shifting, turning, step. Center to the right side, step left. Center, arms to the left, step parallel. How do we do? Pretty good? All right, let's do, oh, not too good. Okay, let's do it again. All right, this is hard because we're stepping to the left, but our arms are going to the right, right? So this is where wave hands is such a beautiful movement, but it gets a little bit challenging, okay? And eventually down the line, I want to show you, there's another variation of this sequence, okay? So starting right palm sitting up, left arms rounded, okay? So just to review, I'm going to mirror you for a second. Circling to the side. Circling side. Do one more. Circle. Circle. Hold. Ready? Parallel stance. Okay. Circle to the side. Step in. Circling. Step wide. Center. Step parallel. One more. We're to the right and we step wide. Center. Left side. Parallel. Was it better that time? Yes. All right. Let's do a little practice real quick and then we're going to do it one more time. All right. So right arm sitting out, left arm in front. Remember, circling to the side, circling to the side. Okay, so we're always turning and rotating from our waist. Ready? Hold. Okay. Parallel stance. Step, circling, step parallel. Circle, step wide. Circle, parallel. Circle, step wide. Last one, parallel stance. That's better, right? All right, we're gonna close class, but we're gonna work on this Tuesday night if anyone's around, okay? If you'd like, we're doing a lot of wave hands. We're eventually gonna work on brush, knee, and push, but we're focusing on wave hands right now. So if you'd like to join in, I'd love to see you then. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day or week, depending on when I see you next.
Thank